Hi there. Thank you for joining the Bloom Show. This is Sahid Nahim with New Bloom Solutions. This show, as you know, it's intended to inspire, connect, and innovate the floral industry. As you know, it's live, so I'm going to make mistakes, but that's the beauty of just being real and just moving with it. And again, pardon me, and I apologize in advance as I'm a little under the weather. I took the second shot yesterday, so my mind's not all there, but I have to move on with the show, right? The show must go on. So today, this whole month, we've been talking about marketing in the flower industry in different aspects. Last week or the week before, we had Jeff Fresh on, we had Ryan Black and Mike Black on, and it was fantastic to hear how important engagement was, how important it was to reach out to your customers and engage with your customers, right? Tomorrow, we're actually having Mariana Becerra from Golden Flowers, and she's going to be talking about, again, collaborating with people, collaborating with their customers and highlighting their customers. Today is a special guest, and the reason why, because it's an innovation. And we're super excited to have this innovation. And this innovation is an avenue, I believe, for using petals, flowers, as marketing. Any flowers. The name of the company is Speaking Roses. It's not just that you could print on roses. You could print on any flower that has a flat surface. It's amazing because it opens many opportunities, not only for creative opportunities, but also for branding, for corporate accounts, for weekly accounts, on and on. So the creative potential of this very simple machine opens up so many avenues. So as we hear from the founder and CEO of Speaking Roses, Rene Rodriguez, I ask you, as I've always said, is let's be curious, not judgmental. Because if we're curious, we could figure out a way how this could help us sell more flowers. And nowadays, with the potential of going viral using social media, using collaboration, branding collaborations. I was just speaking to my wife today, and they're doing a branding collaboration with Fleur de Vise. So there's so many branding collaborations to do with flowers and corporate companies, and not only corporate companies, florists. The added value that a florist could add with this for a wedding, for example, and just on and on. Let Renee introduce it a little bit more, speak about it, and please feel free to ask all the questions you like. Take care. See you soon. Hi there, Renee.
How are you, Said?
Very well. Sorry for the snafu in the beginning. I'm a little under the weather, so I'm at least trying here. I'm trying.
Well,
How's it
thank you for
going?
taking the time. I appreciate it. I mean, I know you got your second shot and you feel very good. So this is, that talks highly about you. That man, your heart, it's higher always and always pushing forward. So you're very
Appreciate you.
loyal to your people.
We're here to innovate, man, and I'm excited about your product because I see the potential of innovating. I see the potential of just adding crazy amount of value, and I'm so passionate about it because I think of making a flower into a canvas, right, into art, and if we just kind of narrow our heads, we're not going to see the big picture. But there's so much potential. So let's get right down to the questions. How did your journey into the flower industry start, or how did your journey into Speaking Roses start?
Well, I'm originally from South America, so of course, I'm Latin, so I'm passionate, right? So I always give flowers to all my ladies when I was young buck, right? So, but one day, I also been an entrepreneur all my life, and I've started many different companies. One of the companies that I had at that moment that somehow I came across flowers, I had a promotional company and an advertising agency. And I remember when J.C. Penney came to South America and they want to open their first big store in Chile. That's when they're originally from. And they came to us looking for something unique and different. And we were very creative. So to summarize the story, we come up with the idea to put a message on a flower. We have no idea about flowers. We have no idea how to take care of them. We have no idea, how they need water or food. I have no idea. I mean, that was very ignorant, right? So I remember that we come up with the idea to print on a flower, and we put the logo of J.C. Penney on it, and it says, "Welcome, thank you for coming." And we show it to the ladies, thinking like, we don't even know what they're gonna think about this, and they loved it, and they love it so much that they bought me like 800 roses. and for $3.99. And I thought, wow, that was a good sale. So I thought, I wonder if other companies will like this. So I went to every other company that I know have a relationship with it. My first year, we sold like $50,000 in flowers. Not even putting one arrangement together, which is a single stamp that they want to give away for launch in a new yogurt, a new store, a new grand opening, a new car dealer, a new Secretary's Day or whatever. And just with corporations, we saw a lot of flowers. And then I thought, in that process, I thought, you know what? My wife was American, so I thought, hey, I'm gonna go to the United States and see if I can patent this thing. I came to the United States. We took, we got several patents on it, and then we said, okay, we're selling everything. We're moving to the United States. So that's where I'm here. That's where the journey started.
That's where it all began. So you kind of accidentally walked into the flower industry, but not quite. So
Right.
Let me ask you, how? So the idea came up from the fact that you were in the promotional industry. So how did that inspire you to create this? So where did you go from there? So once you designed it and you're like, okay, this works, where did you go and how did you validate that it was a real idea?
Well, I mean, the fact that at that moment we sold so many flowers with a message on it without even putting in an arrangement or without even putting them into a nice thing. In my mind, I thought, my goodness, this could be a really big opportunity to open the doors, because I realized that florists always sell flowers to the ladies that manage the petty cash budget of every business, right? But I was just talking to the marketing directors. I was talking to the guys that do all the events, and they were just loving our product. So I thought, there's an opportunity here. So that's when I moved to the United States, I came over here, and then I decided that I'm going to go after the promotional industry. So I went to the promotional industry trade show, the biggest trade show of promotional product in the world. So imagine the biggest trade show of florists of the world. This is the biggest promotional product industry in the world, right? It's a $20 billion industry in the United States alone. I went there with my flowers, and I was a tiny little small booth over there competing with all these mega companies, of course. And there's a week long in Las Vegas. To summarize, I won the first product in the entire show. So far away from second place, they stopped counting second place. And that's when my problems start. Why? Because they were not looking for me for 100 orders or 100 arrangements. I get even quotes for up to 500,000 stamps for events and corporations and things like that. So, and then I have to deal with the overnight shipping. And then I learn about the overnight shipping, that they don't do Saturday delivery. And then man, I'm just telling you, I learned so much. It cost me so much money and pain, but we learned the lesson, of course. I mean, nothing is overnight, right? There's a lot of lessons to be learned. So we pay the price, but that's how everything started. And when I realized I cannot eat this whole elephant by myself, I realized we need to somehow find licensees and to spread this product all over the world.
Gotcha. And right now, where are you strongest?
Well,
what are your markets?
We are in multiple different countries. We're in multiple different countries. But here's the very interesting thing. We have never approached directly the floral industry specifically, simply because, I thought as an entrepreneur, I thought, you know what? In order for me to sell to corporations or to create a new disruptive marketing, I need to go to entrepreneurs that they see what I saw. So we've been approaching people, entrepreneurs like me, and we have sold this concept to entrepreneurs all over the world. I have companies, I have guys, I think you met one of them, the guy, from Europe. I mean, in 3 months, the guy was selling over $200,000 in flowers because he was a marketer guy. So he was going after every single. I mean, he got a deal with Procter & Gamble. That Procter & Gamble thought they spent so millions of dollars in advertisement, right? But with this product, they give away one rose to every lady walking to the supermarket, because that rose stay alive for at least 5 days. I mean, what marketing could be staying alive for 5 days, creating this emotional connection with the product, the brand, and the consumer? that they were going crazy with it. So anyway, there's just a lot of stories in that space.
And so, one of the things, why do you feel it hasn't taken off yet here in the space of North America within the florists? Is because you haven't targeted the florist yet? Is what it is?
That's it. Well, again, we make a lot of mistakes. We have learned a lot into this process. I mean, I'm telling you, from me personally producing flowers, sending to a funeral saying congratulations, and sending to the wedding guy saying sorry for your loss. I mean, this actually happened to us, right?
Because you were the one trying to sell the flowers at that point.
Right, we were the
You
ones
learned
selling
your lesson.
flowers in the
Yeah,
early days, right?
yeah, yeah.
So all those lessons and all the little tiny things that you learn into this process is something that, it doesn't come by, when you're a pioneer in something, nobody can teach you or show you. We've done 20 years of experience that we have learned all the lessons. So the reason why we've never gone to them is because we didn't realize that florists are very traditional. And we were dealing with people that are very in the industry. And we thought, you know what? Our price point wasn't there. We couldn't, we were working. My vision was someday I want to have a product that it's the wall of entry is so low that nobody can say no. And finally, it took me a long, long time to do that. So guess what? This year, we got it. And now for the first time, we got a program for everybody in the floral industry. So we're very excited about that.
And when you say everybody in the flower industry, I imagine that it's florists, supermarkets, growers, designers, wedding planners, just anybody that's a creative mind could actually
We
use
got
this.
a program that it's affordable and anybody can get in, from the farm, the wholesaler, the florist, the event planner, the wedding planner, and even the kiosk from the supermarket,
On and on, yeah.
right there on their spot.
So explain the machine a little bit. I know that it's not super duper, complicated. It's very,
Yeah.
very super duper
Well,
uncomplicated.
well, now it's not, right? I mean, we started with something. I mean, everything looks nice on a thought, an idea on paper, right?
Yeah.
Until you are on the trenches, okay? So I'm just going to tell you a quick story, but so you understand. In order for us to get to where we are right now, this is our number 7 different type of machine. We have so many patents in this machine. We call them the small wonder. One of our customer and partners and licensees was USA Bouquet, Edgar Lozano and Scott Hill. So we tried so many different machines with those guys. We brought automatics, pneumatics, computerized, every single one of them. And you know what? At the end of the day, we were producing, I remember one moment, we were producing over 50,000 stems per day in their location. And I remember that they were just so frustrated with all the fancy things. So we realized, you know what? We have to shift to simplicity. So finally, with 20 years of experience, right now we got a machine that we call the small wonder. That is the most simple thing that somebody can use. And you can print flowers, literally 300, 400 roses per hour, and the cost is less than a penny per stem. So every time you're printing a flower, it's like making $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, depending on the product you're retailing. That's how simple it is.
And there's no electronics to it, right? There's no real technology to it.
Not to print on the flowers. No, the print on the flower is all manual, and you can produce, 300. I've seen people printing 500 roses an hour. And the great thing, you can print any color. A lot of people say, no, any color. You can print white, metallic, gold, silver, and any language. And any language, any logo, any picture, anything. Actually, I have a sample for you here.
All right.
That this is the picture that I have from you were in your vacation, but
you gotta turn it. Get out of here. That is not me, man. That is not me. That is.
You were wearing a speedo, so I took that part out and I just left the.
What is up with a hairdo, man?
Well, I just did probably your.
That is amazing. That is.
and here's another one, but how it looks like with
Harley Davidson. Yeah, cool. That is neat for marketing.
So we can print anything, your own signature, writing, Chinese or whatever. So yeah.
So that was me, but not my hairdo. Actually, my hairline went up this way, not that way. So, but that is hilarious.
That's probably
That's hilarious.
one of your pictures in a magazine or somewhere in one
Yeah,
of your.
that's no, you made that up, man. That's amazing. So that just goes to show that you could do anything with it. You know, you could create anything. You could put a Van Gogh on the dang thing, and that's what really makes me super excited about this little thing is
Yeah.
that, like you said, it's a mighty machine because anybody could grab onto it and use it the next day. And then, what is the most creative, other than a picture of me with a hairdo that I've never worn in my lifetime? What is the most creative thing you've seen people do with it? You know, entrepreneurs or florists do with it? Because I know you're big in the
Oh my
Middle
gosh.
East, and I know in the
Yeah.
Middle East you have these full stores and locations because of the original model. But tell us about the most creative things people have done with this.
My gosh, I have so many stories. I mean, I was just gonna tell you just a quick story, but I have a guy that before we were in Canada, the guy saw us on a one of those. We were featured in a lot of different media publications, and he saw us, and he wanted to propose his girlfriend to get married. The guy tried to find his flowers and how we can ship it to Canada, but we couldn't guarantee that they will be arriving in Canada without being stuck in the customs. Finally, the guy said, listen, I'm going to drive to the border of the United States. He drove 8 hours just to pick up the flower from the FedEx border and pick it
Wow.
up so he can drive back then to propose his girlfriend with him. And then he sent us the videos and pictures and everything. He's like, because them, see, nobody can improve Mother Nature. I mean, I'm not trying here to change anything related to arrangement stuff because that's not what we do. What we're doing is grabbing the product that is fantastic, phenomenal, that is a huge industry, and we're adding one touch that enhance and open the doors for so many other applications, right? I mean, I remember the day that this is a funny story, but I'm going to make it very quick. I have a guy calling from Australia. He was a very wealthy guy. He saw us on the news as well. He has his friend coming over, and he wants every single rose to come up with personalization because it was his wife. They were their 25th anniversary. So we have the base price that we recommend our customers to do, and then every additional customization. For example, if they say "love you," that's a standard, right? But if you want "I love you, Susie," "You're the love of my life," these are all different design that our customers charge additional $25 for everything, and their cost is $3, right? So all those additional design. The end of the day, the arrangement costs almost like $1,000. Okay, it was a lot of money, but the guy, he didn't care. It's like it's my wife's anniversary.
Oh,
She saw it, and etc. etc. Short story: we send the flowers. The guy received it. 2 weeks later, receive a call, and then he said, "I'm so mad at you guys." I said, "Why?" "Because you guys, you have no idea." It's like, what? What happened? Well, I bought my wife this $500,000 boat, and I bought her this $150,000 ring, and I bought it this and that. That. She said the only stupid thing she talks about with everybody is her flowers. It's going to cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars just because that's the only thing she talks about it. So her kids, and she's drying the flowers because every emotion is every single one of them and the flowers. And anyway,
So
so
to
that's
be
a lot
to
of
be
story.
clear for the people listening, the business model is not that you are selling flowers. The business model is that you license out this machine that allows anybody in the flower industry to design on a flower and
That is
use it
correct.
as
Yeah.
art. So tell us
Today
a
we're
little bit about the business model.
Right. Today, we're not selling the flower to the end consumer. We're working with some strategists and marketers so we can create a machine that we can replicate and we can just, benefit. Because I have so many companies coming to me and saying, why are you guys not a multi-billion-dollar company? And I said, well, I mean, I tell them my story and they understand. So there's a lot of companies that want to come and help us. So a lot of people, you guys are going to start seeing Speaking Roses popping up in many different places. For example, right now we're in 100 Flowers. One of our licensees make it with 100 flowers, and for what I recall, they have over 1 million stems so far since they started with only a few SKUs. So you're gonna start seeing Speaking Roses popping up in a lot of different places. So the opportunity is fantastic. It's great. It's big, and so I mean, we are in the era of personalization. Do you know that now Nike, the tennis shoes, Nike, you can personalize them.
Right.
M&Ms,
M&M as
you can
well. Yeah.
personalize them. license
Mhm.
plate. So we live in the era of personalization. So flowers with personalization is this is the right time. That's why we're very excited
And
to
it
offer this to all the florists.
and again, personalization is great because obviously, not obviously, but they say that 1 in 5 consumers will pay 20% more for personalization. Another 46% of consumers will wait longer for personalization. So that's great in itself. But then just the aspect of creating art on a flower, like get that straight. Like you could create a template. Show that picture again, please.
Yeah,
Show the rose. You could create anything from turn it around. Like, just check that out. That is hilarious. Imagine if you do that for your husband. I've seen the ones with mustaches. So it's just the avenue, and you could do it on multiple sides. You could do the whole flower with it. So the idea of not just only personalization, but adding value to anything else you do is crazy. And I take my hat off to you, and I hope that our industry will be curious about this product. I know that you've been around for 20 years, and people are kind of, oh, but they've been around, but I think that you were going towards another market. And now you're saying, okay, now we've streamed it down, we've made it more affordable, that florists could afford it, wholesalers could afford it, and farms could also afford to print it for supermarkets as well. Because I see the great potential for collaborations
yeah,
within supermarkets
yeah.
as well.
And we make it very simple now. I mean, we have we have so many lessons that we share with our customers, and they say, listen, you can only do this. I'm gonna give you one example. I just have a lady that she starts saying, hey, she told me this. This is something we tell our customers. I said, listen, think about a greeting card. A greeting card is a piece of cardstock paper with the graphics and emotions. When you buy a greeting card, people start paying for your vehicle. They're paying for the message. If they're paying for the message and the design for something that costs 10 cents, well, look at that. They created $9 billion industry in the United States alone. With us, the flowers is already a beautiful thing. They only enhancing it with the human's emotion. When you connect both, you create a new industry of expressions. So I tell this to my customers, understand, this is about the message. So I have a lady that came over and she said, if this is about the message, I'm going to go to my brother-in-law that has a bar. She called me a week later. She said, Rene, you're not going to believe me. I said, what? I am selling like a lot of flowers from the bars. I said, and the funny thing is the phrase that I put on it. What phrase do you put on it? She said, this bud is for you. So she put them in a galvanized bucket and she put the roses over there, and people were just buying roses. And she went to 20 bars. She was selling around 10 roses a night. You do the math, for $7.99, she was giving $2 to the lady that let it put them into every bar. She was making a great money living just doing that. So there's so many, and this is the kind of ideas we share with customers so they can open the doors to. I mean, for example, I have another guy that come out with the international love bouquet. How do I say love you in 12 different languages? Man, the
That's
guy
incredible.
got so much exposure on TV, social media, and everywhere that it just created buzz.
And the opportunity of going viral with it that I see that you didn't have 20 years ago, because you went viral, I know, but through mainstream media, TV. But social media is such a powerful tool now, and just to go viral with that
I mean,
ridiculous rose that you just showed me of myself, stuff like that could really
yeah, I
make
mean,
things go
I
viral.
have a lady. I have a lady that create for social media. She start offering flower for pets. So she put some dogs with their flowers right here for cats, for things like that, and then she
Yeah,
start promoting. Hey, let your dog buy her female flower for pets. So they were printed with a bone. I wove you and things like that. People
sure.
start like, what the heck? What are they doing? But it creates so much buzz on social media that the radio came over and the local news came over. So like, what is this is all about? Because they're always looking for news, right? And
Yeah,
that's some of the strategy that we teach you also as well in how to
fantastic.
create buzz into this new social world.
For floors, and everybody has a different model. So George Rodriguez here is asking a question. Hey Renee, have you guys tried printing on preserved flowers? Thanks for that question,
Very good
George.
question.
Yeah.
Very good question. And I'm glad that you asked that question because I was trying to cover that. With our technology, you can print on dry flowers, fresh flowers, silk flowers, wood flowers, petals, plants. I have people printing calla lilies, bird of paradise, bamboos,
Plants,
poinsettias, plants,
orchids.
um, I mean, yeah, anything that has a surface, it can be print on it. Now, of course, there's preserved new flowers that are preserved, that they're like they still look, fresh. If they're brittle, you can very touch them. Nah, don't those not, because they're very brittle, right? But if they have any type of a tolerance when you can touch it, then you can print on them. Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha. And that's a great question, because you also, I believe, produce another separate machine that allows people to print on fruits and food and stuff like that as well, right? That's more for florists and even
Well,
for
if you try to
supermarkets.
explore a supermarket, I mean,
Yeah.
remember, it's about the message. I have a customer that I should print see the apples. I don't know how much is an apple in the pound, but they print for Teachers Day on an apple with FDA ink approved. That we are the only company in the world that can provide for the food, though, not for the flower.
Okay.
The food is different ink. It's a different equipment, different machine. But print on the flowers, put them in a little box, and then for Teachers Day, they were selling for $4.99 one apple.
Wow. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
much? So it's all about the message again. We turn the apple into that. So it depends how big you want to go into this space, of course, of gift giving.
Yeah, the opportunity is sky's the limit, and if you want to concentrate like what you're very passionate on is going after the ad agencies, I see the potential for a florist to one upsell for sure. Secondly, to go after weeklies and corporate accounts. Like you gave some examples before when with car dealerships. So Audi, BMW, they 25 roses a week, 100 roses a week. You add that times 5, 20 other locations, it just keeps on adding. So the business model is sky's the limit, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, we can, and we have seminars that we teach all this to people. I have people doing the weekly bouquet program. I have guys doing deals with their pastor. The pastor come up with a scripture every week, and he sell the bouquet with the Bible scripture. And then I
Mhm.
have another guy that they create the motivational bouquet. I have another program that somebody create the husband program. 52 weeks. If you buy 52 weeks
Uh,
arrangement, you become the superstar husband. If you buy 4 times a year, you're the regular husband. I mean, just all these type I mean, I have a guy. I got a call one day, and the guy said, "Hey, do you come up with that concept?" I said, "Yeah." It's like, listen, I'm a real macho. I am from my background is from Latin America. We don't play with anything related to. I feel myself a real strong guy. I've never thought in my life I could receive flowers. My girlfriend sent me flowers. He said, and then they went to the first floor, second floor. Everybody's looking at the flowers. What are these flowers? They have messages on them. He said, I received the flowers. The flower says, for the man of my life that makes my heart beat hard, or something like that. I love you forever. Uh, whatever the name. He
let
said,
me
he said, Rene, I could not believe that I felt more manly than anybody I've ever seen with these flowers. This feminine touch that was so clever. I felt like a real man. I said, every man should receive flowers. I said, I don't know how people don't offer flowers for this, but he said, I just want to tell you, I've never felt that way in my life. So
you know Sorry, Renee. I just want to show some quick examples of the deck you sent me before the show. So let me show this real quick. I think we could see it, right? So this is the first time I kind of play around with this, but let me see if I could.
oh yeah, but look at that, the ones on the kisses in the bottom.
Yeah,
That was
look
a
at
customer come up with that
here.
idea.
Here's the mustache, which I love. Is the mustache? Here's 12 ways to say I love you.
Right,
Here's the kisses as well. Then
right.
here's an example of it being used on tulips. Here as well, an example of being used on tulips. And then this is what you were talking about. Where is it? This bud's for you. Again, what I'm trying to say as well is we need to think of it even bigger than this, because this is the old typical, okay, I love you, da, da, da. Think of it as art. Like, think of it as
Yeah.
you get a graphic designer on your team and you start creating cool stuff. You are
And
going to do
they
way
don't need
more.
that. We already have all that for them.
You
That's
do
some of the
actually.
things we
Yeah.
provide for them. So
Yes.
you tell us like, hey, I want something with this. We'll make it for you. I mean, you can make yourself, but we make things easier and we make it for you, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, the reality is the sky is the limit of how things you can do with this. You can do fundraisings. You can do
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, you can do fundraisers. You can do in the corporate world. You can create residual program. I'm all about the residual program. I tell the customer. So ideas with us, I'm telling you, you're gonna have more than you ever want to hear it. But you don't have to do them all. But
Yeah.
you can do it one at a time. And that's the things we learn. You know, if you focus on one thing only, then you can go to the next one, and then go to the next one. And every market's a little different, of course. So you can't apply all the strategies at one market. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. So thank you again, Rene, for joining us. I did say that there was a special news at the end, and something I am proud of is that New Bloom Solutions and Above All Flowers will be the exclusive representative for this product. We are going to launch this soon, and we're also going to support it and be the ambassadors for it because we truly believe, and I truly believe, that this is an innovation that could help move the industry forward. Remember, it's not about a transactional business. It's also about supporting the industry and finding different ways to sell more flowers. If we just continue to sell boxes of flowers and we're not helping with these cool creative ideas and giving people new opportunities to recreate flowers and do what I call petal marketing, and not only petal marketing, personalization, no brainer, right? So again, if you need any information or want to set up a call, just go to New Bloom Solutions. I will show you here, New Bloom Solutions, and there's a little link on our thing to create a chat. 15 minutes. We'll send you a deck. All the information is pretty amazing the way they've set up their system, which is all kind of virtual. So you get a video library, and all the steps are really, really easy to follow and learn about this product and get started basically overnight. So again, New Bloom Solutions and Above All Flowers puts their stamp of approval, and it might be a big deal or it might not, but puts their stamp of approval on Speaking Roses to really implement a new way and a new vision of looking at flowers in a different way. So we're super excited about that, and thank you for the opportunity, Rene.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. And again, we were not. If we weren't for you or meeting with you, florists wouldn't have this opportunity because we don't understand the floral industry at all. We just work. We are in the promotionally advertising world. That's where we live, right? And just big corporation thing. That's what we always done. So I believe this is the right time to let everybody go to the local and cannibalize. That's probably a strong word, but cannibalize the weddings and the corsages and the souvenirs and the. I mean, we have so many ideas, guys, that you don't have to use them all, but I'm pretty sure you want to listen to them,
And
right?
create your own ideas, right? Create your own ideas. So it's just the potential of the creative power that you're giving people with this thing. I just see it. And as you said, you and I working together, we've also been able to create packages for each sector in our industry. So each sector in our industry could take advantage of the price point and the package itself. So we've customized packages for an entry-level florist all the way up to someone like
Yeah.
a USA Bouquet that sells to Publix, or even a 1-800 Flowers as
Yep.
well. So reach out to New Bloom Solutions, and we'll love to give you a tour and teach you about the product, and then we'll even connect you with Rene as well. So
Yeah.
Rene,
So
go ahead.
I just want to say one thing that last thing that if it wasn't for Sahid, he's a tough cookie and he just beat the crap out of us so we can create a program specifically for you guys. And I'm very sincere about this because we didn't have it, and he just said no, it doesn't work. We need to. So he really helped us to understand more of the industry. So thanks to Sahid, now we're making this extremely, extremely affordable to this deal that literally in one holiday, you know, you can double your money.
Yeah, and there's no barrier. There's no barrier of entry. There's a small investment, but then the barrier of entry is very small, and we designed it that way because, again, our goal as New Bloom Solutions and Above All Flowers is not only a transaction. You're not only as good as your last sale. You're as good as the last opportunity you gave your customer, the last support you gave your customer. So we see by offering this to our florists, to our farms, to our wholesalers, there's an opportunity for them to increase sales. Again, be curious, not judgmental. Ask questions. Ask for samples. We're gonna actually in Miami. We're gonna have a machine so we could run around and showing people how to use it and how it looks. So again, be curious. Be curious on how this could increase your sales and how you could add value to your customer base. All right, Rene. Thank you so much for that. Those kind words, man. I appreciate that, and thank you for allowing us to innovate, connect, and inspire the floral industry through your product because it's an innovation. So thank you again.
Oh, thank you for the time and the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Looking
Appreciate
forward
it.
to meet everybody, and we're a big family. So thank you for the opportunity.
All right, my man. Thank you. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank
Bye. So again, guys, we're super excited about that to introduce that. I see the potential, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. You could go to Sahid Sahid at newbloomsolutions.com. You could email me. You could set up a Canly schedule a meeting, 15-minute meeting at newbloomsolutions.com, or you could call me 305-975-2725 and love to talk to you about it because again, it's a tool to help us innovate the industry, and it's a tool of communication on a flower. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. There's a lot of questions about it, but you have to see it for yourself, and you also just have to think outside of the box, and you will see the potential if you see if you look outside of the box. You know, you'll really see that potential of what can be done with it. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow we are having Golden Flowers on to talk about collaborating with your customers. They've done a great job at collaborating. That's at 12:30 tomorrow. And pardon again for any slowness, or I'm acting a little different as I've been a little under the weather today because of the shot. But thank you again, guys. Thank you for joining. Please share, like, comment below. Make sure to follow us as well and subscribe to the channel so we can keep on innovating, connecting, and inspiring the floral industry through innovation and community. You take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.